The following program is rated S for satire. We are not professionals, nor are we clinically depressed. We do, however, suffer from long bouts of indecision and stagnation. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Take That Depression, The Drawful Arc. I'm Kyler. That's Spencer.
Hello.
How was your week this week, Spencer?
It's been a very good week, actually. I can't complain. Gonna be playing some Magic, doing some podcast and TikTok stuff, so I'm lots of Diablo.
Yes.
So I'm very excited.
I was definitely going to touch on Diablo. It's been so cold here. It's nice to, just stay at home, play some Magic, play some video games. I don't want to go outside. It has been too cold for that.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even want to go to work.
No.
I just want to stay in bed.
Way too cold. But yeah, other than that, great week at work. January's already done with. That's crazy.
Where does the time go?
Yeah, already, and January's done with finally, I guess. There are two ways of looking at it. But yeah, already 1/12 is done with the year. Crazy times.
Too fast.
Yeah, way too fast. So I guess then, without further ado, let's jump right into it and get our words here. I'm gonna generate some words. Ooh, okay. Okay, our words are county, possibility, audience, gate, and outcome. What are your thoughts? Do you have one that you like?
I have one that popped out to me, I guess. There's two on there that I could be all right with. Possibly three.
There are two that jumped out at me. And there's one that I think would be there's one that would possibly be more fun if I was better at art.
Yeah.
Because, there's just so much that you could do with it. But I guess without further ado, after 1, 3, 2, 1, gate.
Audience. Gate was my second one.
Audience was my second one. Oh man. I want to fight for gate.
You want to fight for gate? Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
With audience, my first thought was I can't draw it. I'm gonna try, but whatever. It was like a movie theater.
Yep.
As what I was gonna try to go for.
Yeah. Like auditorium seating.
Yep. Yeah.
That was in my head where audience. I'm like, that would be so, but to do the chairs, to get all the chairs right, and what a mess.
Yeah, it's very fun that both of those we had the same, but our mains were the opposites.
Yeah, that is very fun. I think for me, for gate, being as we've been playing a lot of Diablo, there's the Capstone Dungeon icon.
Yeah.
I want to draw the Capstone Dungeon icon. I think I can do it really, really well. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but again, it's such a distinguishable thing that I think it would be really nice to have. So that's where my mind went.
I don't know if there are cop-outs with this. I guess my cop-out was trying to be easier things, but I feel like if you're drawing something, man, it's there.
Yeah, that's fair. You're still creating. Whether or not it was easy to create or crazy difficult to create, you've still created something that wasn't there before. That's fair. What route are you taking? What are you thinking? What are you going with?
The first thing and I don't think I'm going to do this, we'll double check some reference photos real quick before we start. But the first thing that came to mind with gate was Boulder's Gate.
Yeah.
Maybe a symbol or something from that. The next is just a big gate of some kind, designed like a big castle kind
Pearly
of gate. Pearly Gate, maybe. Or a dark, hellish gate.
Yeah. In the theme of Diablo still.
In the theme of Diablo, even still.
All right. I am going to find a reference photo quick, and then I'm going to get right to it, but I think we can kick it off with Spencer. What is your favorite movie?
That's a real hard one, only because to me it's like picking a favorite song. There's so many, and there's so many good ones, and I feel like I have some in all different directions. Let me just start off by saying, can I say director? To kind of
Oh yeah, I know where this. Yes, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
One of my favorite directors is Wes Anderson.
Yep.
There's something about, if you watch a Wes Anderson movie and you know Wes Anderson stuff, you know you are watching a Wes Anderson movie. Like, you can pick a random one and then watch it and be like, this is Wes Anderson, isn't it? It's just got the most random, whimsical stuff in. It's like things that aren't relevant are just put in there just because, and somehow it works.
Yeah. The one that I always think of when you say Wes Anderson is the Grand Budapest Hotel. I feel like you're just watching it, and all the things that are unfolding, the scenes, the transitions between scenes, I think are something that's very unique to him.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy the Grand Budapest Hotel, and that's something I watched while I was on deployment. I watched that movie, and it came out. We got the DVD at the MWR where we were, and I was like, never heard of it. Never whatever, like we've been watching Frozen for the past how many ever months or whatever it was, and then put that in, and it was just so different because I don't think I'd ever seen anything from him before, and it was,
you either like it or you don't. It's not like, it was okay. It's like, you're like, what the heck is going on with this movie? Or you're like, yeah.
Yep.
With that being said, I think my favorite film from him is Professor Foxy and the Foxy Bunch, a.k.a. The Fantastic Mr. Fox. There's something about it. I think that was the first movie I've seen that was like puppetmation.
Okay.
I don't think it's claymation. It's all like felt and puppety stuff. And just the most like you said, the transition to scenes is like you got them running like off to the left and then they drop down from the top of the screen and you're like, that makes no sense, but I love it.
Yeah, I just the unhingedness that he provides to his movies, and the silly
word, unhinged.
It's just like the silly little things that you like as you're watching it. If you were like a movie critic who was here to be critical of these things, it's like, why did that happen? Like, it was unnecessary. It was a silly thing that you chose to do for what reason? Those things are what make those movies so endearing, I think.
I picture him just someone saying that, like a movie critic, and just taking a long drag from a cigarette, exhaling and say, because I think they're neat.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's there's so many. After talking to you about him, like, I didn't ever think about it. I'd watched the Grand Budapest Hotel, and then I like looked into him after you and I had talked about it, and so many of his other movies are just the cute little things in between scenes, whatever. It's just so fun. I guess in the vein of director, I'm pretty sure director, I really enjoy Guillermo del Toro.
Ooh.
He does some really, really fun work. I like his stuff a lot. I have seen it on Netflix so much, but I've not actually gotten around to watching it. I need to make the time for it. He did a rendition of Pinocchio.
I watched half of that, not because I didn't enjoy it, but because I'm an old man and I fall asleep during movies.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he did that, and I have every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I need to add that to my list. I need to watch it. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but like the scary movies to tell or scary stories to tell in the dark movie, Pan's Labyrinth.
Ooh.
The effects that he did for that are spectacular.
I always confuse, a little off topic, I always confuse, and in my adult life I know they're different, don't crucify me for this, but I always confused Pan's Labyrinth with The Labyrinth.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
Every time's like...
Those are two very different things.
Every time someone's like, ask me about Pan's Labyrinth and stuff, I'd be like, oh yeah, Dance Magic Dance, and they're like, no, that's not that.
We're not saying the same things. Yeah, I really enjoy him as a director. As as an actor, I would say Will Ferrell is up at the top for me.
Ooh.
Which is, I guess, a spicier take than I thought. Because
Yeah.
there's so many people that I talk to, and I'm like, Anchorman? And they're like, no, I don't watch Will Ferrell. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people where they're like, absolutely not. And I'm like, but why?
Yeah, I don't get it. But sure, if that's something that you want and you're happy with, then whatever.
Another director, I would say, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. I
am a big Tarantino fan. At least his movies. We'll go with that. I don't know if he's necessarily a good guy or not, but his movies are very good.
Yeah. I've watched a few of his movies. The movies that I have seen, I enjoy. I'm not like a Tarantino fan. I don't go and seek them out. But I do. The ones that I have watched, very good, very good. I also, another hot take, and again, I think in recent years it's become hotter. I really enjoy Jim Carrey. Like Pet Detective and stuff like that.
Do people not?
Yeah. Jim Carrey is also another, like Will Ferrell. For me, it's like a ubiquitous, if you like funny things, you like Jim Carrey. But there are many people that don't feel that way.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, and especially recently, I feel like he's gotten some heat for, like, I think he was the one who played 2 Dr. Eggmans in Sonic and wanted 2 paychecks or something like that for it. And he, like, I think that was recently.
There was, yeah, I remember something about that. I remember he was one I grew up with, and I remember just being, like, actual real-life child, just, like, ready to pee my pants laughing at, like, movies like Liar Liar and stuff like that. I just, like, Ace Ventura, like you said, some of it may not hold quite up to date, but
yeah,
nostalgia for sure.
Yeah, I really like him a lot, but again, that might be that clouding my my brain. I don't know. Another director, I think he's a director that I really enjoy, is Tim Burton.
Ooh. And
Package Deal with him. I also enjoy his wife in a lot of the things that he does, Helena Bonham Carter. There's pretty much anything that he does with Johnny Depp. They are paired together, and I thought that was a funny meme from a while ago. But all the stuff that they do, I really enjoy. Sweeney Todd is really good. Obviously, The Boy is really big into The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Classic.
Yeah, so that one's really good. Big Fish is really good.
That one's probably one of my favorite. Obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas is on the list. It's a classic. You can say it's overrated if you want, whatever. Yeah. But Big Fish is, when you say Tim Burton, that's the one that sticks out most for me.
Yeah. His, again, uniqueness, talking about that with Wes Anderson, but there, like, you can just tell what is a Tim Burton movie, and I really like that with directors, when you can just be like, oh, that's whoever. It means a lot to me.
They've crafted their style.
Yeah, exactly, and they know exactly what they're doing and what they want.
On a sidebar, talking about Tim Burton memes, there was one I've seen a long time ago where it shows Danny DeVito, and it's like, hey, Tim Burton called, he wants you in another movie, and he's like sighing, and he's like, I'll get my big hat, because he's always wearing some crazy hat in any one of his movies.
That's very funny. Danny DeVito's another actor I like in all the things that he's in. It's kind of, I think I heard an interview with him about, like, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I didn't even know he was in that movie. And like that kind of being, and then the boy liking Hercules, seeing him in that, he's like, I don't remember singing any songs for Hercules.
He's in everything, but then, like, you don't realize all the voice acting parts he's done, and then it just opens the door to just hundreds of stuff. He's one of my favorite people. I will be getting a tattoo of him when he passes.
And that will definitely be a gone too soon type of moment.
Yeah, I'm not, and that's sometime in my lifetime we will lose Danny DeVito, and I'm not ready to dive into that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a national treasure for sure. Betty White.
Oh,
we were watching,
a real one.
a really, really real one. I was watching The Lorax, and her being the grandma in The Lorax, like, that hit a spot. Like, I was just watching The Lorax with the boy, and then she came on, and it, like, hit me really weird. And that was just a funny, not funny, haha, but that was a silly thing that happened to me probably a couple months ago. It's like, wow, okay. So that's the type of feelings we're having now, I guess.
Yeah, that's the problem with getting old, too, is some of your heroes and some of the people you looked up to as kids are going to be gone.
And that, like, just so sad. I just, it's wild to think about, because that's kind of the era, that is the era that, like, our parents have been in for a while, of, like, the people that they grew up watching on the silver screen are doing their own things now. And yeah, it's wild to think that in my own head I'm still 16.
Mm-hmm.
I've not grown
a day since
then.
I can tell you right now, 2016 was only like 4 or 5 years ago. So.
Yeah, at least. Max. Yeah, it's just a wild... The time is a crazy construct. But yeah,
it's interesting the effect that... It's interesting the fact...
We're getting there. Bear with us.
It's interesting to see the effect that, like, movie stars and actors and famous people have on you. Like, you always think of, like, oh, grandparents passed away, my parents passed away, loved one, close one. But the emotional effect of, like, someone you grew up watching on TV who you have no real affiliate with or anything like that, but it's like, had a big effect on your childhood. You're like, oh my god, no.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like, Chris Farley's a big one for me.
Yeah.
And he is gone forever ago, but, like, I can go watch Tommy Boy right now and there he is. So it's crazy for those people, the people that have been in movies and things like that, to pass on, because they're not. They're almost immortal, but it's so wild to think about, like, never being another thing. Like, Betty White will never be in another movie. The people that we grew up watching, whenever that time comes, God forbid, Will Ferrell would never be in another movie. But we can go back and watch Elf, Anchorman, Step Brother as many times as we want to, and he's right there, just as funny as he ever was.
I mean, think about different movies that come out and be like, oh man, this actor would have been really great in this role.
There's so many that, like, Chris Farley, I'm going to come back to. You see the super physical comedy that some people are doing, and man, Chris Farley would have been perfect in this role.
Yeah.
And it's just gone too soon.
Gone but not forgotten.
Never, ever forgotten. And it's hard to forget again when you're in movies and I can come and watch you whenever I want to. I think we'll wrap up that heavier bit and we'll kick over to Spencer. Do you have a favorite Disney character?
I don't know if this is just like I'm not a big Disney guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is too mainstream or not. But Stitch. I love Stitch. Everything about that little monster.
Yeah. He's watching Lilo and Stitch for the first time forever ago. For like Lilo to be like dog. It fits so much, and now that the wife and I have 2 cattle dogs, that's never been more true. That Stitch could have been construed as a cattle dog, because they will just break stuff. They'll destroy stuff. They'll pull stuff down from places they shouldn't be. They're way too smart to just be a dog. It's crazy. And I very much enjoy Stitch. It's so funny. The movie is so funny. His antics, everything, the character development.
His creator talking about like how he's gonna destroy this planet and do all this, and then steal everybody's left shoe. And I just remember losing that as a kid, too.
And like, how chaotic would that be if you just saw all the left shoes on the planet were now gone? Like, sure, okay. I would have to say, if it counts, I'm counting it, at least for the purposes of this. I do have a second one, if people are mad about it. My favorite Disney character is Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series, the main character. Grew up playing the games, absolutely spent an unreasonable amount of my childhood in Kingdom Hearts. So I would be remiss if I didn't bring him up. Second would be Baymax from Big Hero 6. As an adult watching that movie, all the things that just had me dying it was such a good movie. The voice actor, great. Awesome character. And he's out here, he just wants to help. And that, I feel like that's me. I just want to help. But then people put bad things in, and then it's like, all right, now I have other things going on, and you get back to just helping. Yeah, it's really fun.
Real talk, I've never seen it, and I've always wanted to. I've heard it's a very good movie. I'm gonna try to watch that this off rotation.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. Highly recommend watching it if you haven't. Second backup answer for me, Tramp from Lady and the Tramp.
That's a good one.
I had a miniature schnauzer growing up. My family had a miniature schnauzer growing up that looked just like Tramp, acted just like Tramp.
Did you eat spaghetti out of its mouth just like Tramp?
Yeah. No, sadly I never got to. My parents said it's a yuck. So that movie also has a very special place in my heart. I will always go back to Lady and the Tramp. The live action was actually a pretty good rendition of it. I watched that when it came out. I was actually pretty surprised. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it would. Disney's kind of going back over and live actioning their movies was worrisome to start with. But I really enjoyed that live action rendition. Also, hot take here. The Little Mermaid live action remake, didn't super care for it. But Prince Eric gets a song in that movie. Very good. Highly recommend. Even just listening to the song on Spotify or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you haven't watched the movie or if you refuse to for whatever crazy reason.
It'll probably be a crazy reason.
Yeah. I would, his song, he got a unique song to the live action movie that I really, really enjoyed. So there are some glimmers of hope in the Disney live action remasters, but there are a lot of them that are just kind of like, ugh.
I have watched 0 live action remakes of any, and that's not a stance. That's literally me, as I don't have Disney Plus, so I don't watch a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah, my wife is what one would consider a Disney adult. So we don't really get an option to not watch the stuff.
Fair.
But yeah, and that's not a dig at her. It's enjoyable content. I'm not too mad about it. And the boy, it's really, he's going back through the Disney stuff. We actually just started watching Shrek with him, which that's been a that's been a fun, because my wife really likes that movie, and to share that with him, to see him react to watching it the first time was very fun. And that's, again, a movie that I grew up on, she grew up on, so it's cool to then be able to share that with him.
That's cool, yeah, being able to share those experiences.
Yeah. And
then when you show them and they're like, man, it's like,
yeah,
quiet, kid, this is gold.
Then they get the slappies. I keep going back to Pokemon every probably like 4-6 months. I show him an episode of the anime, and then he gets disinterested, and then I try something else, either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Beyblades or just something, but...
brainwashing, like in a chair just watching Pokemon.
Clockwork Orange, eyes stuck open.
Squirtle, Charmander, Pikachu.
And then the Fire Nation attacked. No, I'm trying to get him there, and yeah, he's still young. But we have fun with it, showing him all the things. He's just on a Spider-Man kick. And
Spider-Man's a good one.
Yeah, it's cute. Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy? Is that his name?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the main guy.
I don't. It might be the main guy.
Am I more than you bargained for yet?
Maybe. I'm not the biggest Fall Out Boy head, but he wrote the theme song to the Spider-Man thing that the boy watches.
Oh, that's really cool.
So like when the theme song hits, you're like, oh, my childhood.
Yeah.
And then the boy's also like Spider-Man. And that was the Magic set just came out for Spider-Man. So we went to the store one time, and he was like, Spider-Man, pointed to the Magic cards because I was looking at the card section, and got him a pack of Spider-Man Magic cards. So there is some overlap in hobbies, and we're kind of brainwashing him bit by bit, but it's definitely been fun.
That's what being a dad's all about.
Yeah. Soon I'll get him as our fourth for Diablo. No, yeah, he's been fun, and yeah, I think that back to the Disney, Lady and the Tramp is awesome. Sora, Baymax, definitely watch Big Hero 6 if you haven't, and just watch Shrek again just for funsies. Just
Shrek's
for the one time.
Fun.
Yeah, just for the one time. I guess there's a new one. I don't know when it came out. That I didn't know was out, so I have to watch that now too. But I think that's it for our time this week. So I'm gonna wrap that up here. I would like to say thank you guys if you're listening to this point in the podcast. Thank you. We really appreciate you for making it this far. We are just hanging out, doing the thing, and if you're listening to us, that's awesome. If you're still here, definitely help us play the algorithm game. Like us, follow us, comment anywhere that you can. We really love to interact with you guys when given the opportunity. And yeah, we look forward to giving you another episode next week. As we always love to say, stay safe out there.
And don't get mugged.
If you are struggling, please reach out to someone or dial 988 to get connected with someone at the National Suicide Hotline. You do not have to go it alone.